Ja-bum-bum. Hey, if you're just joining in, I did send an email to your Planning Center email address with a link that if you want to join via StreamYard and maybe have your camera on, you can come on screen. If you want to see it, you want to look at me face to face and maybe ask a question, go check your Planning Center email and click that link. Or if you just want to watch on Facebook, YouTube, we're broadcasting to all of our normal locations from this link. You'll be able to post comments. I can see them on the main screen. So if you want to do that, feel free to jump on board. We're going to just take this really slow. I sent that link out just now, so it's a little late going, so I don't want to rush anybody if they want to get on here and actually look on. Make sure video, audio sounds good. We are live. This is a Q&A, and it's also an update from me if there's no questions. But I know you all had a Q&A last Thursday with your advisory council. I'm going to expand on some of those questions that you've asked. But then also, if you've got specific questions you'd like to ask me, definitely want to be here to do that. But if you want to jump on here and let me see your face while you're asking a question, that'd be awesome. Once again, we're just going slow. We're not jumping in. So if you're on here, just kind of hang here. If you're watching Facebook or YouTube, you can stay right there. You can drop a comment with question if you want, and I'll answer those. I'm going to go back and read some of those questions. If I don't think they got answered the way, or if there's something missing, I'm going to add my own part to that. But like I said, your Planning Center email has a link to this video where you can drop in with your camera and be able to jump on here with us live and see everybody. We won't put everybody on screen at one time. I don't know how that's going to work. I know we had technical difficulties with that last week, so this is actually going to be a good test. If somebody wants to jump on there, go to your Planning Center email and click that link. That'd be great. We sent it out to not just members, but to also everybody who's following us at all, in case I don't mind taking questions from anybody. Not voting on anything, it doesn't matter. Once again, if you just jumped on, I'm seeing people jump on. If you're watching Facebook or YouTube, you can just drop a comment. Please drop a comment that says who you are and that you're watching, and then you'll be able to drop questions there. But like I said, if you want to hop on here with a video, then you want to go to your the email that you have registered on Planning Center, click that link, and we'll be able to see you on screen as long as you got a camera on whatever device you're logging in on. Why, hello, Ron and Jerry. I'm not going to fuss at you. We managed to get electricity done for Halloween last night without you, but it wasn't fun. Thanks to Ted Titus and his buddy, I think his name was Tim, just a new friend of ours, new friend of the church. They got her done. It was rough, really rough. 41 stations, Ron. 41 stations. They didn't all get electricity, but a bunch did. Running off temporary power poles, and it was fun. There's multiple people on here watching, so be sure and drop a comment. Tell me who you are. I don't like talking to the Afghanis. Could be people listening in, you know. I don't mind if you're an Afghani, but you just tell me. I mean, I don't want somebody. I'll stop. It's bad. Sorry. And there's probably a delay, so I watched that. Ron, did you hear? I have the Planning Center email. I sent you all an email with the link to this video. If you want to drop on with a camera, you can do that. I don't know if you got on here after that. But everybody, if you've ever had any contact from Beach Baptist, you got the email tonight with the video link. So if you want to pop on, you can. We're going to wait we've been on 4 minutes, 20 seconds. We're going to wait about 30 more seconds, then I'm just going to jump. Hi, Sabrina. I see you. Did y'all recover from last night, too? All them kids eating a bunch of candy. I'm looking up the questions that came. Yep, I got the link. Yeah, it did just get cold tonight. There's the Mau. Sherry will pop her head over here. I can't tell where I'm looking. Somebody needs to jump on and look at the video and see where I'm looking. I see that, but so I'll need to look at the camera. Doesn't look weird when I do. All right, I'm going to start. We're going to roll. If you come on here late, you're not going to hear this part of it, so I can't help you. Oh, the boobs is going to pop in. Boop. There it is. Boom. There it is. Hello, Melissa Joy. Glad y'all had a good time. All right. Let me give you an update, and then I'm gonna go back and check on. We'll go back and read the one question, and then I'm gonna go up to follow. I'm gonna have Mally come and help. Mally, when you get done, come over here. So update wise, Halloween was a rousing success. We saw between 400 and 500 folks. So that's about 250 down from 2 years ago when we did it. I'm not gonna lie. I do this though. I always say there's not gonna show up because I want to be pleasantly surprised. But I was blown away, surprised, not just pleasantly surprised, blown away. So our community was impacted greatly by Halloween last night, and we're just proud to be part of that holiday. When many folks don't like the holiday and all that stuff, I get it, but the world at large loves that holiday, and the church has to be a part of it. Yeah, Sarah, it was awesome. I didn't see you. I don't know if you made it or not, but it was great. So that's update on Halloween ministries going on. We are hosting the Chamber of Commerce Coffee Connection in the morning. So the chamber is going to be here. They've had 30 reservations filled. They'll be here having donuts and coffee and just hanging out. So this is our first one. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Sarah. Hope he's feeling better. So we're looking forward to that. Well, Mally's not looking forward to that. Nobody likes to get up early, and it's an early thing in the morning. I didn't even know people still got up early, especially for breakfast and coffee and networking and look pretty by that time. Not me. So thank you all for who was on last night or last week. Can you pull up the comments on the last video? I just want to go over any questions that I didn't get to answer last week's Q&A. Advisory Council. StreamYard. If you log into StreamYard over there or even on your phone, you can pull them up. Sorry, I had a little quick meeting. But there is a follow-up question that came through, so I'm going to read it. I'm not telling you who the questions come from. I don't think that's fair if they didn't send the email to everybody. But many people could have the same question, so that's why I read the question and do it. So here's where's that? See more. It's long, so follow along. Hi, hope everything's going well with you, and sorry to bother you, but I had a thought and a follow-up question. Here's a follow-up question. So it's a follow-up question to something you heard last week. Obviously, the investor that the church is looking to undertake this project is planning on making a profit, and rightfully so. However, my concern is why doesn't the Southern Baptist Alliance, I assume they're talking about the Southern Baptist Convention. There is an alliance, but we're not part of it. Southern Baptist Convention step in and undertake the project as they have a vested interest in the property at Beach Baptist already. No, they don't. And make the profit on the development of the property for the Southern Baptist Alliance Convention. I'll answer them all in a minute. My other concern is what would be the time frame in completing this project if the church would use a developer, as it was mentioned in the previous meeting that because of prevailing interest rates, the investor is going to hold off. I was under the initial impression that this investor was flush to the point that they would be able to float the deal rather than just tying it up for an open-ended period of time. It'll be, there's a word missing, be a time of the essence clause in the contract. Oh, is there a time of the essence clause in the contract? I think is the question. The same availability to venture capital is or should be available to the Southern Baptist Alliance Convention as the contractor. I'm a little bit concerned about a developer that can't float a deal or would not just pursue buying other blocks of property that are readily available in Fort Myers Beach. If there are main concerns to build a church, exclamation point. Or is this just a contractor that's looking for somebody to enter into a deal with him that otherwise would not? My concern is that a lot of the people that are involved with the issues that are going on at Beach Baptist Church don't have the funding or the willingness to make the project happen. I have concern when people are spending or dispensing with real property that other people's hard-earned, donated money from years ago acquired that have no financial investment of their own. Use a comma. The people that I see getting involved in this deal have nothing involved or are looking to cash in on other people's investments. As God's stewards, we will be answering for how we proceed with this project. I, for one, would rather see the property given to Southern Baptist Alliance Convention and let them deal with it however they see fit and be responsible for answering to God for what they do. I would think that we would be in a better position to see this project properly proceed in a manner that brings glory to God. I'm almost halfway. In the matter of gifting property or proceeds from a real estate deal to the pastor, this again becomes an emotionally charged issue. While everyone loves that the Kritzers have done at Beach Baptist over the years, two issues are raised. The first one is this, boils down to an agreed to employment relationship between the church and the pastor. Both parties mutually agreed to the financial arrangements that were made year after year. To expect or anticipate a renegotiation after the fact is unheard of. If the congregation feels that the pastor now deserves a better financial compensation package, let them contribute and give it to him going forward. To raid the coffers of the church that were established by other people is just plain wrong. Second issue, if the church decides to go forward, not a council, with the gifting, where do you draw the line? What about Butch, Craig, etc.? In the initial Q&A of the meeting, one of the members raised the question, why don't we sell the church and divide the money? My question is, while I completely don't agree with this in any way, shape, and form, I would like somebody to explain to me the difference between liquidating the substantial part of the property, converting it into cash, and transferring it to a person. The fact that person is pastor is semantics. When it comes to money in the church, there's always a higher level of scrutiny given to whatever's done. This scrutiny proceeds from both the church and the secular world. We, the church, are held, and rightfully so, to a higher standard of excellence. This standard of excellence is raised to even a higher level when a person is entrusted with the legacy of their people's blood, sweat, and toil. These are an overview of my opinion from what I've gleaned from conversations with many of the people I've spoken to in the past months that I've seen faithfully attending and participating and serving at Beach Baptist Church for many years. Submitted respectfully for your consideration and answers. May God bless and guide you continually in what I trustfully believe in your best intended service to God for his ultimate glory and not man's. Okay, so it was a guy, but it was responded by the advisory team and answered. But I want to go on, because I don't mind answering the questions because there's a lot of stuff in there that's plain wrong and just misinformation. I'm gonna be like Trump for a minute. You can't spread fake news, so we'll make sure we get it right. So going on down, Southern Baptist Convention has zero interest in our property. They can't. It's impossible. We are completely autonomous. The 102 registered members own the property. That's it. Your bylaws state that if something were to happen to property, 2/3 of those people would need to vote, but that's what happens. Signed, sealed, delivered. No questions. And that's all. That's the only people, not the advisory council. 2/3 of the members, so 2/3 of 110. Is that what I said? 2/3 of 102 is?
I don't know.
Roughly 70 people. So 70 out of 100 and something people can vote to do what they want to do with the property. That's all it takes. I'm not 68 people. So I'm not in charge of that. Nobody's in charge of that. Any one person can say, I call for a vote. Go for a vote. And if 68 people go with you, case closed. That's it. That's all there is to it. Now you have to follow the bylaws and the property has to go. Now the only way any of that can happen is if 68 people voted to close Beach Baptist Church completely. Dissolve. It's called dissolution. That's in your bylaws, charter, and covenant. Not going to happen. I don't even know 4 people who want to dissolve the church. That's dumb. So that's not even, it's not on the table, but that's the way it works. So somebody said the word semantics in that question. So wanted to give you the semantics. 68 people get together, call for a vote, all's done. Okay, so that's why Southern Baptists do not have the money, the funding. They don't do that. They don't get involved in property because it's way too encumbersome. They leave it to the churches. We are working with a Southern Baptist Convention lawyer. We're actually meeting with them next week when we go to the convention to let them help continue to guide us as they already are. So we're following the letter of the law according to the Southern Baptist Convention because they're the ones who quantify our 501c3, and that's all they do for us. Time frame of the project is whatever the time frame of the project is. We did not say that the investor was putting it on hold, or maybe we did, but that's wrong. The investor, yes, has some concerns. What happened? Looks like I dropped off. I'm just going to keep going. The investor has some concerns about interest rates, but it doesn't mean he's dropping off or hitting the pause button. It simply means he's not going to borrow as much. So he has to go back into his investor pool and gather some more cash. So no single person is flush enough to build what's approaching in both projects about a $70 to $80 million project. Nobody. And everybody I talked to said nobody ever uses their cash. They go to the bank, period. So that's all still in the process. That's all in the works, and that'll just have to happen. So nobody's hitting pause. Nobody's dragging their feet. They're just having to explore some other avenues, and he wasn't surprised. I talked to him last week. He wasn't surprised about it. He knew the interest rates were going up, have been going up, just like everybody else knew it was going up. So that's been a work in progress. Also work in many avenues as far as getting the buildings on the ground, and he's just going to keep going to it. So no, there's no venture capital anymore available at Southern Baptist Convention. Southern Baptist Convention does not ever build a building, ever. They will loan you money, but they won't loan you anywhere near $11 million to build a building. Right now, the caps on loans are around $250,000. So that's our budget for like 2.5 years. No, this contractor is not just a contractor who couldn't get somebody else to do a job. Yes, he works in the church world. He's the only one we trust who's even come forward. We put it out for bid. It stayed out for bid for 11 weeks. Y'all have to go back and look. Some of these questions are being answered from, like, we answered these questions in February, and some people just weren't paying attention. And we can't keep going that far back. So no, this contractor is a contractor we're going with. Yes, there is a time clause in there. It's actually a 4-year time clause. That contract is only there to give him first right of refusal up to 4 years. And that's to get the project done. That's not even get the project started. That's to get the project done. And someone also asked how much money would it cost us if we dropped that deal? That deal would cost us $30,000. And I think we answered that question because that's the legal fees that he has incurred to keep us legally bound with the state of Florida and some other stuff that had to be done with this process. So not only is he holding our note, there was closing cost in on that note and things like that. So then we would owe the note plus $30,000, which would put us to about $180,000 owing if this developer doesn't go through. Then you have to pay $180,000 plus find another developer, yada, yada, yada. All right, good on that. I'm on down. I'm moving faster. If I don't ask it, if I'm not answering it right, y'all jump in here and ask the question. I don't care. Okay. No property is being gifted to the pastor. You just got to get that out of your head. It got miscommunicated. Never, ever are we going to gift a piece of the property to me, to anyone else. There's no giving of property. There's no transfer of property. There's nothing within me, the church, none of that. Now, our developer is going to build a big building up front on a piece of the property. He's going to build a church on the back part of the property. On paper, what we are literally doing is selling him a front piece to build the back piece. Because we're not going to be the same zone. We're two separate parcels once this deal is done. There's a commercial piece up front where his condos will be built or whatever he builds up front to pay for our part in the back. Back part will stay institutional church always. Never in my name, never in anyone else's name. It will always be Beach Baptist Church. If anyone asks you about any other property transfer, send them a link to this video or give them my email or phone number. There is a group of people, and there's about 4 of them, who love to ask the same questions over and over and trying to catch either me up or their advisory council up. We're not. Completely transparent. Everyone's been told. So any property transfer to people is wrong. Here's the gist of what they were trying to accomplish. I built a parsonage. Totally unrelated to all this, but I built the building. I literally, with my hands and a hammer, and with the help of some other people, built the building, okay? And for the first 2 years, paid the mortgage payment, okay? Big deal. That's in the past. That was 2008 and 9. I then became a paid person by them starting to pay the mortgage payment. So the church started paying the mortgage payment 2 years later, okay? That was my salary. Still never collected money, never any cash. I then spent another 9 years making $150 a week as your pastor. Yes, I'm putting this out there to the world. There's no question. $150 a week to be the pastor, plus live in the house, okay? In 5 years ago, I got a raise. I then started making, 8 years ago, $400 a week. I make in cash before the hurricane, $400 a week, plus the parsonage. And then I was driving a church car. So in between that, I got a raise of a car. Okay. And I'm blessed. I never wanted for anything. Absolutely. Along came Ron Furr, and he's up here watching. He squirms when I say his name. I know. But he and Rick Good were geniuses when it came to the finances of the church. And they were the first to come to me and go, "You're screwed, dude. You can't borrow money. When you leave this place, you have nothing." So Rick got me 8 years ago a retirement package. And I have a whopping $1,200 a year in there. So that's about $8,000 in $8,000 to $10,000 in a retirement. So if I retire in the next 5 years, I'll have almost 20. I'm not good at this. $15,000, whatever. I don't know how long I can live on that, but we'll give it a go. Well, that discussion 5 years ago with Ron started of, we need a better retirement plan for you. We need to come up with something. We need to start paying you regular. You pay all your own bills. You need to do your own thing. We should treat you like a regular person now, and not just a guy who started a church, built it from the ground up, never had any money, and set his own salary and paid himself whatever he could and all that stuff. Agreed. Well, things happened. COVID happened. Nobody came to church. Nobody voted on anything. Then a hurricane happened. Nobody comes to church. Nobody voted on anything. Well, now the new advisory council jumps back 5 years and says, let's pick up the mantle and figure this out. Let's get him a retirement plan. How are we going to pay for it? Well, once this developer buys the front piece, don't forget on paper, he's buying a front piece, there will be cash involved. There will be cash and property exchange. That building that he's going to build in the back and hand us the keys and say, keep going to church, get your stuff. They're going to be cash. So the plan for that was, if a deal like that happens, they could develop a retirement plan for me and then put that into an annuity. And then I would be able to retire at some point and live happily ever after with Sherry Ann and not continue to have to work until I was 80. Might have to still work till I'm 80. I don't know. That is the entire financial discussion of this entire last week's Q&A and any financials that we're just getting ready to finish right now. That's it. If anybody has another idea of what it could be, send them the link to this video. Tell them to call me direct. Let's sit down and talk and let me explain it slower. It's just not the way it's going. Okay? That's it. Nutshell, done. Without a development deal, none of that's happening anyway. Without a development deal, we're never building a building. Unless somebody, or 68 of you, gathered together, vote to throw $180,000 at this developer, kick him out, and then raise $11 million to build a building. Let's do it. I'm ready. You just got to go get some more friends. Rich friends. But I think, speaking of the reference to God's stewardship and things, I think we're better to just be patient and wait. I think we're better to deal with the people that God has put in our place, because it was a lot of prayerful consideration to decide to even work with this guy and the people that brought him to us. And so we're just going to hang with him. As long as I'm at the helm, that's where we're at. Once again, 68 people can change that. That's all you got to do. Enough of that. Can we move on? Nobody's asked a question. Does that mean I'm Don't be afraid. I'm not going to hurt anybody. Unless you ask the same question over, I might throw you a side glance. Anybody else? Nobody? All right. So you were promised financials. You're not getting them tonight only because we've been busy. Cleaning up from this Halloween project took all day, and I did not sit down with the accountant and finish it up. Missed you too, Sarah. Those are coming. What I'm going to do is just push it off a week. You'll get your financials, and we'll have them. You're going to get them emailed the day before, or at least the morning of, so that if you want to ask questions about the financials, you'll be able to do that when we go live. I really wish one of y'all would have jumped over to Planning Center, your Planning Center email, whatever your email address that you gave me. Check that link and see if it's actually working now, because we would love to be able to bring you on screen just to see you. You know, it's sort of a gathering. And then also, we can't promise to do it every Wednesday in the tent. Like I would show you right now, but right now the tent's set up for our thing tomorrow morning. Typically, if you'd have left here at 3 o'clock today, you'd have noticed we were piled crazy high with cardboard and trash and decorations and stuff. So there's always something going on in this room. So we can't just say every Wednesday we'll meet in here so that people can come. So just as often as we're doing them, make sure you're online and ask your questions. But if somebody would check that link, then why don't you check the link? I sent it to you. Just see if it brings you up. I don't even have to put you on screen. Or y'all, you want to check? Oh, you didn't bring your phone. We're gonna test one, because maybe y'all are out there trying and it's not working. I understand. So we're gonna try right here. My eyes look like if it looks like I'm about to fall asleep, I'm about to fall asleep. But I'm also red and burnt. Ron, y'all still on there? My comments have paused. Like I can't scroll. There's the Mally. Now, I'm going to put mute on. Yeah, I'm going to bring her on screen. If somebody will just comment, hey, I see Mally now. If somebody could just say, yeah, you see her. You should see her. I'm seeing her. Facebook should see her. YouTube should see her. Wherever you're watching. Yes, sir. Still with you. Okay, so your audio's still working. I see Mal. Okay, good. So that's working. Let me take you over and let you stay on. Oh, she left herself. All right, good. So that works. All right, so be looking next week early, and you'll be able to follow along. Okay, last thing, and this is why everybody got this email. We're not sending this because there's like 214 people signed up for newsletters and stuff like that. But I don't want that many going out for meetings like this or to gatherings like this. You have to be listed as a member. There are questions. Some people are saying they thought they did everything. All I'm asking you to do, contact me directly or Mally, and I'm going to give you those two email addresses right here on this screen, because I think I can do it on the fly. No. Mally can do it right here on the fly. She's going to put both of our email addresses up. Matthew 17 is a good email address. And email us directly that you don't think you're getting all the info. All right?
Just email me. This is going to get crazy.
No, put us both. I want both. I want to see them. Put us both on the same email. There you go. Put two people in the address bar. Novel. Add banner. Bing. There it is. There's our email addresses. Anybody, and if you hear Steve Roberts heard last night somebody couldn't get on, this is where they need to go. They need to go straight to one of these email addresses and send it saying, I don't think I'm getting all the information. I will fix it. Mally will fix it. Patty Bayless, if you're watching, we're working on yours. We're there. I think we got you fixed, but we'll see. Patty Bayless is one of those that we had a little hiccup with, and we figured it out. So there's always stuff to figure out. I promise we're not kicking anybody out. I promise we want everybody. We want everybody to be involved that wants to be involved. Okay. And here's my last note, and we're going to sign off for tonight. I want everybody to be involved. Here's how you can be involved. You can either come here to church at 10:30 every Sunday morning and sit in this tent. It's very comfortable now. Actually needed blankets last week almost. It's crazy. I said almost. You can hang out personally every Sunday morning at church, just like any other church meets at 10 or whatever time they meet, any church meets, we meet 10:30 Sunday mornings. You can be here. I mean, if you're a member of the church and you live locally, why are you not here? It's just kind of weird to me. 2, financially, you can give to Beach Baptist. As long as you're giving, you're not around here, awesome. Give a little, $5 a month, a day. That'll work. Whatever, help, assist. Tommy alluded last week. I went back and watched that part of the video. Send me an email. Give me a phone call. Hey, we're still with you. Listen, we don't give you any money. We don't have any money. I don't care. But at least you're checking in and saying, hey, we're still out there. We're watching. We're listening. I got 2 visitors. They drove through the parking lot and said, hey, we watch every week. I love you. You're in. That's being a part. That's checking in. That's driving through the parking lot. But Tommy was pretty nice about it. I'm not as nice about it. But if you're living in Fort Myers and you call yourself a member of Beach Baptist, your butt needs to be in the tent sometime through the week. Go worship somewhere else where it's comfortable. I don't care about that. Come, there's 6 other days that we're here working anytime. Volunteer. Give me an hour, whatever. Be a part. Or maybe this is an option. Call yourself a member somewhere else or 2 places. You can be a member 2 places, but you probably need to be participating both places. That happens. We have that a lot. Come be a part. Come be a part. Come be a part. Without you, there don't need to be 68 people voting to dissolve because we can't keep it up by ourselves. Everybody needs to be a part. And I've said the word dissolve 3 times this week or this meeting. I can't wait to see how many people Sean says we're dissolving because that's what's going to happen now. There's going to be an email chain or a rumor mill started. Send them back to this video right here at the end. Let them understand that's not what I said. Let them understand we're alive, we're well. We want everybody to be a part. We don't just want keyboard monkeys out there that only complain when they hear stuff or not even know they heard stuff. Just be a part. I love all of you. I want you all to be a part, and I want you to come, hang out, text, email, just flood us. Sorry, there was the last question. We're not very good. We haven't been very good because we've been beating ourselves silly trying to keep things going. We are going to be better on the communication again. Weekly, we may not be this long. I don't know how long we are. We've only been 32 minutes, but may not be this long each week, but we're going to be here. We're going to check in. I did went live last night. So, we're going to do more on that. That planning center email, I'm going to just burn you up. I'm going to send stuff, reminders. Okay. Let me pray for you. And you all go enjoy your evening. One quick, make sure nobody said any comments. I don't want to miss any because one says there's a comment. I already knew the emails, but no info. Deshaun will send an email. Deshaun, don't just text me here. Okay, buddy? Send me and Mally same time an email that says, I need to be a member. Just do that. We'll fix it. Okay. And we'll get a hold of you. Let's pray and let's go. Let's do this thing. And if y'all are up north watching this, get on down here. We'll find you a place to sleep. This tent stays comfortable in the winter. We'll get you some cots. We got 2 porta potties out front and a water hose. Everything is fine. We are back in action. We are leading the charge of this beach and nothing is wrong. Let's pray. God, we thank you that we get to come have a little fun, but also do the business that you have us to do. God, I pray that you're with me, that you're keeping my spirits high, and that you're keeping my attention high, and that you're giving me the steps and the words to say. I pray for everyone who calls himself a member of Beach Baptist, and that they are consciously aware of what's going on, and they're involved. I need to feel those folks beside me. Put that in their heart, I pray, God. Keep us safe, but keep us working. In your name we pray. Amen. Y'all have a good night. If you want to say goodbye in the comments, that'd be awesome. Or just drop off, whatever you want to do. Ron says he lost audio at 6:52, but I hope it came back. Woo-hoo. Hi, Vic. Awesome. Audio's working because they're all saying goodbye. Ching, 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 ching. Hey, wait for me. I just got to hit end.
Well, do it.
Oh, that was your I'm leaving too. Stream ended.